So sometimes he used to give darshan as Varaha, or also like Ram Swarup, the form of Ram, in the house of Shrivas. All these Lilas, he shows the opulence at the same time the sweetness. In front of some devotees he would show some special, but not in front of all. In pastimes of in front of the sakhas, also Krishna said, I am Dirga Vishnu, and he manifests a big form, but they wouldn't believe. It's like an ordinary human being. He's performing pastimes. Like, for example, if the person is born from a wealthy family, the person will be like very big, also fat, like strong. Or from the childhood. Deva-lila is like the demigods, according to their own desire, they can manifest any body, any kind of body. So this is Deva-lila. That's like whether it's Mahaprabhu Lila or Krishna Lila is also like this. Deva-lila, Maharaj Lila, and Narabat Lila. So, but seeing this, not everyone will become amazed. Why? Because it's true. Sometimes they think, oh, I've seen it only in a dream. The Brajavasis think, I've seen it in a dream. Huh? Yeah? I cannot hear. Krishna has this on top of Kali's snake. The Brajavas had seen or not? They've seen it. But still they don't believe it. This is the category of Deva-lila. They don't believe it. Dev means like, oh, like the potency of the demigods come to them. For example, when you go to Dirga Vishnu in Mathura, the friends of Krishna said, you are so small, how can you defeat Kamsa? Charan and Mustik are so big, how can you fight them? We can also, Krishna said, I can also make my body big. And Krishna made his body big, and sakhas were like, oh, very nice, so nice. So the friends of Krishna think, oh, Krishna knows some tantra mantra, that's why he has this body big. But our Jagamaya makes the associates think, they think, oh, this is not true, actually, we've seen only in a dream. Like sometimes you see a dream and you think it's true. And you think for a while, is it true or only a dream? You don't know. So in the same way, the Brajavasis also, it happens the same to them. So there's opulence in Madhurya. The opulence is present in Madhurya Lila, the sweetness pastimes. But the Brajavasis, even though they saw the opulence, they wouldn't believe in it. Even seeing the opulence, they wouldn't believe in that opulence. So in the Lila of Mahaprabhu also we see the same. Mahaprabhu is Krishna, he's Bhagavan. He's not different from Krishna. I give an example about Mahaprabhu. The brahmanas were bathing the Ganga, and then Mahaprabhu, it was lunchtime, Mahaprabhu was coming back from school to bathe in the Ganga, and Mahaprabhu was like joking with the brahmanas, throwing water in their face, water from his mouth in that face. The brahmanas were chanting the mantras of demigods and demigoddesses, isn't it? Mahaprabhu said, don't chant the name of demigods, chant my name, Mahaprabhu said. So, the babies, the brahmanas came. So they complained to with Jagannatha Mishra. And Mahaprabhu, how he came? He came just like someone coming back from school, like all dry. Because if you, after bathing, you feel like cool, some water in your body, a little bit cool and wet. But Mahaprabhu, what did he show? He came back just like a kid, all full of ink on the body because of stain of ink. So when Mahaprabhu, after bathing the Ganga and gave so much trouble to the brahmanas, it's clearly described. So Mahaprabhu has troubled the brahmanas, teasing the brahmanas. Like, oh, why do you chant demigods' mantras? You should chant the name of Krishna. In Kali Yuga there's maha-mantra. Mahaprabhu told the brahmanas. Mahaprabhu said, why you worship demigods? Demigods, leave it. And then Mahaprabhu took water in his mouth and spit it in the face of the brahmanas. So the brahmanas had already bathed. They felt we are impure, and they again had another bath. So they came to complain to Jagannatha Mishra. Jagannatha Mishra came with a stick to beat Nimai. Jagannatha Mishra saw that his boy Nimai was just like someone who is coming in the sun, and the person is face dry, full of stain of ink. Stain of ink. How is it possible? So Mahaprabhu was bathing the Ganga. When he was coming back from bathing the Ganga, Jagannatha Mishra saw. So this kind of lila is called Deva-lila. Like just like demigods, they can, according to their own desire, manifest any kind of body and appear in front of you in any form. Because they have subtle body, they can do this, like demigods, like ghosts and witches. The ghosts also can manifest any form according to their desire. They trouble us. So that girl was coming, remember that story of that Prabhu. So she was coming close, like she was from Punjab. You can ask that Prabhu, now he's sannyasi. So that ghost was coming to him. Just like you, sitting exactly same. She has a body exactly like yours. If it's ghost or not, ghosts are very clever. The ghost will not allow you to touch his body. Because if you touch the body of the ghost, you feel like a cloud. But they will not allow you to touch, you know. So are you a ghost or not? You have to touch the person to know. When you touch, your hand will go through the body of the person. Also, ghosts don't have shades. No shades, okay? So you see if you have shade. Ghosts don't have shades. Demigods and ghosts both don't have shades. Shadows. They don't have shadows. So demigods also don't touch the land, the soil, the earth. Demigods' feet don't touch the earth. Ghosts can. The ghost feet is behind. Our feet is in front, but ghost feet is turned to the back. So you have some symptoms to recognize a ghost. There are some symptoms. So also demigods, they don't blink. Demigods don't blink. The demigods' eyes don't blink. Deva, he said. Deva. Normally. Demigods. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Jagannatha Mishra saw Mahaprabhu. So this is called Deva-lila. Demigods according to their own desires. According to their own desires, they can manifest anybody, demigods. In the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. So he's doing these pastimes. So one kind of lila is manava-lila, like a human being. Another pastime like a demigod, and raja-lila pastime like person who is rich, from rich families. The person also from genetics and from nice upbringing, the person is really healthy, strong, like fat, aristocratic family. Raja-lila. So Mahaprabhu, whatever the pastimes he did in Navadvipadam, low kicks at Manava-lilas, like a family member. So we think about the Navadvipavasis, okay? What the Navadvipavasis think about him? So Sacimata thinks he's a normal boy. So they don't want to think he's a Bhagavan, no. Like I don't know how to. But Mahaprabhu, that's why Navadvipadam is called Vrindavana Dham. No different from Vrindavan is Navadvip. There's no difference between Navadvip and Vrindavan. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Navadvip is no different from Vrindavan. So Navadvip also is also a sweetness place, just like Vrindavan. Speciality of Madana ke Mahabhav. Gurudev used to say, Krishna is vishaya-vigraha and Srimati Radha is Ashraya-vigraha. Madana ke Mahabhav is present only in Srimati Radha. Madana ke Mahabhav is present only in Srimati Radha. Krishna tried to relish her mood, but he couldn't relish completely. The reason is there's Ashraya-vigraha and vishaya-vigraha. Ashraya-vigraha Swarupini Srimati Radharani. Her topmost, she manifests her topmost mode, which is Madana ke Mahabhav. But Krishna, what is he? He's vishaya-vigraha. He's the object of the love. He took the mold and complexion of Srimati Radhika. He's trying to relish her mood, trying. But he couldn't get it, to relish it completely. Gurudev also said. What did you say? So in Navadvipadam is the expression, just like Srimati Radhika and Krishna express the topmost mode. Navadvipadam is like this, like Vrindavan. So in Vrindavan, in Navadvip, Mahaprabhu is relishing the mode of Rishabhanandini, and in Godavari he is relishing the mode of. Okay, so in Navadvip he couldn't relish it completely. In the Raya Ramananda Samvad was for a little bit. For how many days he was there? He relished for a little bit. So for one moment. Vyogini or Samyogini? Raya Ramananda ke sath Vyogini or Samyogini? Samyogini. Okay, so if Raya Ramananda Mahaprabhu relished the mood of Samyogini Radha, but it was only a little bit, it was not for a long time. But in Navadipadam, you see the separation, Navadipadam. But the Mahabhav, what is Madanaka Mahabhav? Meeting, separation, separation, meeting, both take place. Meeting, separation, and separation in meeting. So if there's no meeting, there's no separation. So the separation nourishes the meeting. Kashata Vasta. Just like meeting, the meeting increases the separation. So the meeting increases the sweetness, the relishment. Huh? क्या बताया? So we're talking about. What is it? Viraha rasa नहीं है. Viraha rasa नहीं.
Just to explain. Is only rasa.
Okay, rasa only in the meeting. Just to explain to the people, we speak viraha rasa. So V means special, Raha meeting. So a special meeting, the Bhava Milan, meeting of the moods. Because the more you're separated from someone, because you're far from that thing, then you think more about that thing or that person. So actually that separation will nourish and increase the Milan Ras, the Ras of the meeting. So there are 4 kinds of Milan, meeting, and 4 kinds of separation. So Viraha, etc. Which kind of, it's related to which kind of meeting? Specific, some special kind of meeting for a specific kind of separation. Purvaragaman, Prabhas, Prembachite, 4 kinds of Viraha separation. Purvarag, Sankirna, Sankipta. The last one is Sambriddhamam. So there are 4 kinds of Milan, meeting. And 4 kinds of separation. Which one supports each of these? So, for example, we say Hare Krishna. So there are 8 names of the couple. 8 names of couple. So there are 3 separations and 5 meetings in the maha-mantra. 5 meetings and 3 separations. So Hare Krishna, both are meeting. Krishna, Krishna, this is separation. Then again meeting, then separation again. So 5 meetings and 3 separations. Meeting, separation, separation, meeting. This makes the prema be manifested. Only meeting, there is no separation. Then sweetness won't come. Because for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, their conception is actually Parakya Bhav. Like in that Sampradaya. Other side of Rupasana Gaudiya Mat, Radha Vallabha Sampradaya. They don't speak about separation. They only speak about meeting. They only accept the meeting. They accept some so. They don't accept much parakya. So yeah, the wedding of Radha Krishna didn't take place. So Radha and Krishna they meet, but they are not married. So it's like when you stay together, but you maybe 15, 20 years together, but they have like a married life, but they are not married. But they have a married life, but they were never married. So they can even have kids and like this. But they were never married, never got married. So from the Vallabha Sampradaya, the Vallabha Sampradaya, they think like this. They don't accept the wedding of Radha and Krishna. They accept Parakya and not at the same time. They say Radha and Krishna are always together, Nitya Milan. But if it's Nitya Milan, always meeting, there's no eagerness to meet. So what happens in the wedded life, marriage life? A husband and wife, they don't have so much eagerness to meet each other. They don't have eagerness because they're always together. But in Parakya, there's so much eagerness to meet each other, so much eagerness. Prabhu himself said, just like if a woman loves someone else, if a married woman is attached to someone else, she'll perform all her household duties very nicely, so that no one will suspect her. No one does even know that she loves someone else. She'll perform all her household duties perfectly. She'll perform everything so perfectly. Looks like she's so attached to her house, to her husband. She's showing off all this love, but actually in her mind, she's thinking about the man to whom she's attached with. In her mind, she's thinking about meeting him. So whenever there's an opportunity, she goes to meet with her beloved. So what I want to say is that Viraha takes place. Viraha takes place when there's no meeting. When there's no meeting, then there is the separation. So in Parakya Bhav, this. Maharaj, in Ananda Vrindavana Champa also doesn't speak about separation. Yeah, Kavikarna Pura in the Ananda Vrindavana Champa, he's speaking about the Krishna's pastimes, Milan Lila, then he stopped before speaking about separation. So in the eternal Goloka Vrindavan, the separation we see is not Sudur Viraha, like far away separation, it's just Nikat Viraha, small separation. If you say, for example, Krishna goes for cow grazing. Went for cow grazing. The gopis, after 10 minutes, they also go to meet him on the banks of the Jamuna or for worshipping the sun gods. You see, in Venu Gita, there's the stage of Mahabhav. Even a little bit time without Krishna looks like terrible. Kalpate kanadam kanarte kalpadam. 1 minute without him looks like ages, and ages with him looks like 1 second. Also Purvarag they show. What is Purvarag? Purvarag is when the young boy and girl, before meeting, they are so eager to meet each other, so eager. This is called Purvarag. Before the meeting, right? For example, Srimati Radha and Krishna. in the book Gopal Champu describes when she was growing up, when the gopis were growing up, the parents of the gopis said, you're already big, so you should not freely mix with boys like Krishna. So at that time, the parents of the gopis separate them from the boys, from Krishna and boys. And then they became having so much attachment to Krishna, anuraga, deep attachment, because they have an eternal relationship. So they're completely tied to each other by their love and affection. It's very hard to be far. You cannot tolerate being separated. So all the gopis, they stayed in their own house and were telling each other about Krishna's pastimes. All the shlokas of Venugita. One gopi is telling other gopi to another thing. They are telling from their own houses because they couldn't meet Krishna, so they are telling each other all those shlokas. So this is Purvarag, Venugita. Jiva Goswami says, when did the gopis start having an anurag, deep attachment for Krishna? Actually, their love is of course eternal, but still, according to the pastimes like a human being, the gopis, Jogamaya arranged that from that day, that Majashoda bound Bal Gopal, baby Gopal, to the grinding mortar. So gopis saw Krishna feeling so desperate and upset and afraid, bound by his mother in the grinding mortar, to the grinding mortar. So Krishna's mouth was dry. Gopis were far looking. Gopis saw and they also became afraid. Krishna was afraid. And then gopis saw that condition in which Krishna was in. And the gopis started feeling in their hearts anurag, deep attachment. This is called sympathy, swahanubhuti. When you see someone else suffering, your heart melts. And then you start feeling sympathy towards that person. You see someone's hungry, like, oh, the person hasn't eaten. So you have one chapati in your hand, what will you do? Give it to that person who is hungry. So Jiva Goswami's conception is really subtle. Majashoda, she bound Bal Gopal to the grinding mortar. Krishna was completely helpless in that situation. He was crying and crying. Krishna was crying. Performing human being pastimes, he was like even panting, like sobbing. And then the gopis were afraid that Majashoda could chastise Krishna more or something. Gopis were far, so they're looking at Krishna. And they felt sympathy towards Shri Krishna. So this was the first moment where, like, the semblance of the anurag of gopis coming. Deep attachment. So even so young, at such a young age. Generally, it's not possible for anurag to appear at this age. So the sympathy came. In the Venugita Shukadeva Goswami, when he explains about autumn season, he explains about Venugita. Actually, this Venugita shlokas, there are so many teachings for the sadhakas. The sadhakas, in which stage they go and they can think about the bhav. So after summer season, it's the rainy season. After rainy season, the autumn season. So in the summer season, so much wind, like dust. Then rainy season, rain. Because of the rain, the lakes, the ponds, their water becomes so dirty. But when the autumn season comes, immediately the water becomes pure. So you can try to clean the water of the autumn season. Even if you put many things to clean the water in the autumn season, it won't clean. But as soon as the rainy season finish, the water in the rainy season is really dirty, and you can try to clean the water in the rainy season, it won't clean. But after the rainy season, it arrives the autumn season. In the autumn season, automatically all the dirt from the water will fall down the bottom, and the waters will be clean. So in the same way, the sadhaka is Sharda Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kare anartha-nivritti Nishta Rucha Shakti Bhav. So in this stage, high stages, then the sadhakas and anarthas go away. The anarthas of the sadhak, they go down. So Shukadeva Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavatam, so he described, okay, I can't hear from the back, sorry. So Shukadeva Goswami, he was feeling so much, he was eager to speak about the gopis. He was eager to speak about the gopis. So that's why he started to speak about the autumn season. When the autumn season arrives, immediately, the water of the ponds, they become so pure and clean. So in the time of this autumn season, lotus flower blossoms, and the bumblebee is attracted by the lotus flower. Is attracted by the lotus flower fragrance and comes to actually also drink that nectar. So the sadhaka's heart will become pure after hearing Harikatha again and again, Radha Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Karya, anartha-nivritti Nishta Rucha Shakti. Finally, the stage of a Shakti, the heart becomes pure. It's becoming pure. Actually, the anarthas are not completely free at that time, not completely removed. There are 5 stages for the removal of the anarthas. Eko desha vartani, bahu desha vartani, praiki purna antantiki. So all the anarthas, they have gone down, but yeah, until when the anarthas will stay in the heart of the sadhaka. Even in the stage of bhava, also the anarthas will be there, little bit. But in the stage of prem, all the anarthas, then they go away. So in the same way, when the autumn season comes, just like the water of all the ponds becomes pure. So in the same way,
I can't even hear properly. He can hear. Translate. We can hear. Translate.
So here it is being shown and writing. Krishna is tasting the sweetness. How it is for the gopis. Here the gopis love anurag for Krishna. They agreed to see Krishna. Is such high. So here we said before, the mother and fathers of the gopis, they separated the Krishna from the gopis from the boys, so they cannot play together anymore. They reach such an age, but their natural love and affection for each other increased even more. So here Shukadeva Goswami is saying all the gopis with their associates, they sat together and they described the pastimes of Krishna. Now Krishna has gone for the herding the cows, and the gopis are engaged in their household duties. It's with their sidelong glances and their moods. One gopi told another gopi how beautiful Krishna's form is. In this shloka, when Krishna, going with the cowherd boys, they're describing how beautiful Krishna looks as he goes to cowherd, holding the flute and with their sidelong glance, stealing the hearts of the gopis. This description is with their transcendental vision, their transcendental mood. They're explaining their individual moods and describing those moods. How with their heartfelt emotions they are expressing in their heart by the arrangement of Yogamaya. For this reason, it is said, one gopi is saying to another, look, our misfortune. Look at how fortunate the cows. The cows of Vrindavan. How fortunate they are, even if the cows have or do not have this same feelings as we have. So the gopis are imposing their moods on others. What is in our heart, hiding that, and they're imposing that on others. It's called a decoration of one type. Govinda's, the sound of Krishna's flute, on hearing this, how fortunate the cows. The cows are raising their ears. The sweet sound of the flute are entering the ears of the cows. And what are the cows doing? Their ears become like cups, drinking the nectar of Krishna's sweet flute playing. Mahaprabhu in Navadvip Dham, and in Navadvip Vrindavan is hidden. Navadvip is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is Navadvip. It's not completely tasted Madanakyam Mahabhava, because this is the monopoly of Srimati Radhika. In Jagannath Puri, what is he doing? This mood, they're trying to taste this mood externally. It's not the same relishable. Everything is influenced by time, place and circumstance. What is shown there and who has seen it Swarup Damodar, Raya Ramananda in Gambhira. What is happening there? Who is there? Who is in Gambhira? There's 3.5 persons. Madhavi Devi, she was not there all the time. In essence, Swarup Damodar, he was there, and Raya Ramananda. Sacimata is there, but is written and spoken of, but not at that time. Swarup Damodar and Raya Ramananda were there. And what was Mahaprabhu doing? He is thinking that it's Vrindavan. Jagannath Puri is not Vrindavan. Karakdish. It is Dwarka. It's part of Dwarka. One part. Every lila, every pastime is determined according to time, place and circumstance. And only Madanakya Mahabhavas is manifest in Vrindavan. By the arrangement of Yogamaya, just for a second, short time, just he showed Raya Ramananda this Rasaraj Mahabhava, and having seen that, he fainted. Nobody else saw. This is very high level in Jagannath Puri. The stimulus, like he was becoming like a tortoise. He's making the sound gong gong gong. He crossed over 7 walls. In Godavari, this is being shown. He's showing his bhav. Rasaraj Mahabhav gave darshan. This exchange is just for the sake of, like I said to you, I described that so many bhavas that happened were not Godavari. We cannot write everything of Gurudev's pastimes. He's describing Swami Maharaj this morning, bathing in the bathroom and the water flowing out of the door. Some things are written out of sweetness. Or Swami Maharaj was bathing in the bathroom, not in the bathtub but outside. He thought the bathtub was a bucket, so the water was running out of the bathroom. So when we write something, we have to write in accordance to the audience with some restriction. But when we speak, we do not speak with restriction. Like we speak as we saw it, or as we feel. Like we think Gurudev is bathing. Gurudev is wearing his gamcha and bathing. And what is happening ahead of that? We cannot describe any more than that. We can only say Gurudev, he bathed with his gamcha on. No, nobody can write what happened next. That what is written according to the restrictions of etiquette. If you write openly, this would not be correct. In this way, Mahaprabhu's various pastime, when he went to Godavari, this exchange dialogue between Raya Ramananda and Mahaprabhu, so many things were spoken, but not everything was written. Achman is doing Achman, and he spit on his hand and making tilak with the spit. One devotee, a Western devotee, you cannot write that. Yeah, you spit and then do tilak with the spit. One Western devotee. In 96, we come here. In 96, don't take your shoes into the temple. Don't wear your shoes. They put the shoes around their neck and they tied it with the string and wear. And came into the temple room. If somebody's done some crime, then this is what they do: wear a shoe around their neck. You cannot write these things. It's practical instruction, but in the same way, Mahaprabhu's conversation with Raya Ramananda, so many topics were covered over 10 days. You can read that in half an hour. What, for 10 days? Mahaprabhu stayed 10 days and he had many discussions. This is not said to everyone, nor is it written. To taste these lila, what all the pastimes are performed are not written. How Mahaprabhu's moods in Navadvip, who can describe? For this reason, Chaitanya Mangal, Chaitanya Bhagavan, there are many pastimes of Mahaprabhu. In the Padavali, poetry is written, some moods are there. For this reason it is said, the speciality of Navadvip Dham, Udaryamay, Madhyamay, is more prominent in Navadvip Dham. Krishna's Madhurita, secondary is Odarya in Krishna's pastimes, and Odarya is prominent in Mahaprabhu, and Madhurya is secondary. By the mercy of Mahaprabhu, one sadhak can enter Vrindavan Dham, the sweetness of Vrindavan Dham. This is for the sadhak. The Nitya associates, they stay in Navadvip Dham or they stay in Vrindavan Dham. There's no different, no consideration for the sadhak. By attaining the mercy of Navadvip Dham, they can enter Vrindavan Dham. This is for the sadhak, not for the siddha. The Mahatma, perfected person, they can manifest Vrindavan where they are. The Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, for the sadhak, under the Mahaprabhu's guidance, they perform the bhajan of Radha and Krishna. And having perfected that, their Atma manifests in two forms. One form in Svetadip Dham, Navadip Dham, in serving Mahaprabhu, and another form in Braj, Radha Govinda serving at the same time. All they're tasting at the same time. Why not? This can be manifested at the same time. Why not? The Yogamaya can arrange this. If under the guidance of Mahaprabhu they serve Radha and Krishna. But particularly in the guidance of Mahaprabhu. So Yashodamaya has two forms. They are eternal associates of Mahaprabhu. They are performing as if sadhak. They are considering themselves to be sadhak. like Gurudev is Nitya Paritagam, but he's performing activities like an ordinary sadhak. What is their position? They're not chanting. What are gopis doing? Everything. They're walking. Their activities are all related with in Krishna and transcendental. All their walking, talking is only related with Krishna and Krishna Nam. And for sadhak, they're regulated. Nirupa Sanatana Ragujugo Shijiva Gopalako. But there are two considerations of Sagrup and Sadhagrup and Siddharup, perfected and practitioner, going on at the same time. In Navadvipdham, Vrindavan is manifested, and in Vrindavan, Navadvip is manifest. Vrindavan in Navadvip. So some pandits say Navadvip Dham, Vrindavan is Navadvip, and Vrindavan is not in Navadvip. This is not correct. It's in this Sapna-vilas Grantha. There is the pastime Nidhuvan, where Krishna took the form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu and showed Srimati Radhika Navadvip Dham. This is Tattva Siddhanta philosophical conclusion. Gaur Dham, Vrindavan Dham are non-different, but according to the sadhu. Anande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Shri Gurudev ki jai. What time we are going? After breakfast? After breakfast, be ready to go to Agra. Why not?
After breakfast.